Rina Sawayama is a goddamn superstar. If Dirty Hit won't do it, screw it. I'm campaigning on her behalf for a Best New Artist Grammy in the coming award ceremony. We're going to talk about Sawayama's journey so far, her debut album Sawayama, and why we need to give Rina some credit here. To properly talk about Sawayama, we need to talk about where she came from. Rina Sawayama was born in Japan and lived there for the first 5 years of her life. Her family moved to London, where she currently has an indefinite leave to remain visa in the UK. She's not quite a UK citizen, despite having lived most of her life there, which is quite odd. While this seems unrelated to her music, it's actually a core aspect of her work and her worldview. What really sets Rina Sawayama apart from just about every other aspiring indie pop girl is her extremely academic nature. I have praised Charli XCX and Kim Petras in previous videos for being pop nerds who take strong influences from the pop stars of yesteryear, but Rina is on another level. Sawayama actually studied politics, psychology, and sociology at the University of Cambridge. Her studies and background as a woman of two nations elevate her music beyond fun homages. Rina bears her soul, her history, and herself through her music. Her music really tackles big issues. One of her earlier singles, Where You Are, serves as an intro to her concerns about how we interact with digital media. Where You Are particularly speaks about the loneliness that comes with being so connected to people online. On top of that, the song showed us what kind of musician she was going to be. Cyber Stockholm Syndrome, the first single off her first EP, Rina, continued these themes. Rina, her first EP, was a Herculean effort. She took 2 to 3 years working and saving to release the EP. It was released to extremely positive reception, including Pitchfork's end of the year list for pop and R&B albums. This project ultimately was a gambit that led her to her Ordinary Superstar tour and eventually a gig opening for Charli XCX in 2019. In late 2019, Rina announced her signing to alternative label Dirty Hit. Along with it came STFU, the lead single to Sawayama, her proper debut record. STFU serves as a rebuttal to the stereotype behind Asian women needing to be quiet and subservient. But it was truly 2020, which has been a watershed moment for Rina. Sawayama, her debut record, is critically acclaimed. It's even received praise from pop legend Sir Elton John, who called it the strongest record this year thus far. Released in April, this album explores Sawayama's identity and the idea of family across a soundscape that borrows from pop, R&B, and rock. Sawayama holds writing credits on every track, while Clarence Clarity is a producer on majority of the tracks. This album truly is a tribute and a reinvention of Y2K culture. There's a little Britney in there, some Aguilerian vocals, a clear rock and metal influence that really stands out in today's landscape. The album's complex themes of belonging were challenged directly when Rina was snubbed by the committee behind this year's Mercury Prize for not being a British citizen. #Sawayama is British shortly trended afterwards on Twitter, with Sir Elton John revealing that the rules that block Sawayama from entering would be reviewed by the BPI. Due to the pandemic, the promotional cycle for this album has been a little bit off. Sawayama just made her international TV debut performing XS on Jimmy Fallon's show. Instead of running down the entirety of Sawayama, I just want to talk about the core tracks that I genuinely think make the case for a Best New Artist nomination for the upcoming Grammys and showcase exactly who Rina is. Dynasty opens the album. It's honestly the thesis statement of the record. This album is about her identity as a Japanese-born and British-raised artist. This album is about intergenerational pain. Would You Break the Chain With Me is probably the strongest lyric in the entire record. XS, the third single off the album, is undeniably a pop banger. The production is an immaculate tribute to the Neptunes, who defined much of the Y2K pop era. The lyrics are an indictment of capitalism and consumption, yet altogether with Sawayama's vocals, it's a great entry point for anyone looking to get into her music. STFU is a nu metal rock anthem that feels like a modern Evanescence revival. The themes tackle microaggressions and racial comments that she's gotten for her heritage, yet it showcases her versatility very well. Pardon my French, but Comme des Garçons is a dance track that preaches confidence. It tackles the unearned confidence that men seem to have. Sawayama called out Beto O'Rourke and his born to win it attitude in an interview for Apple Music. The highlight of the track has to be the bass line, which just goes off. The track was co-written by people who worked with Britney Spears, and Sawayama really pulls off the vibe. Bad Friend is a heartbreaking track about when she checked in with her old best friend from her early 20s who she had a falling out with. She had broken off the friendship due to insecurities, hence the title of the song. A really beautiful detail in the song is that Kyle Shearer had produced this track, and he worked on Carly Rae Jepsen's Call Me Maybe, a song mentioned in the lyrics at the start of the song. Tokyo Love Motel is a brilliant electro-pop song about her love for Tokyo, but her disdain for tourists treating Japan like it's Disneyland. This track in particular is somewhat self-aware in that she questions if her ode to the city in English is just another love song about Japan. But the final most potent track that I want to mention is Chosen Family, which is an ode to the LGBT community and deals with the concept of chosen family. Chosen family as a concept details when queer people end up finding each other and accepting one another as family because their real family won't. Staple PC mastermind Danny L. Harl co-wrote and produced this track. This track really feels like a warm hug and a proper moment of catharsis in a record about longing for identity. Sawayama argues that she has found it in the people who don't look like her but get her. Sawayama has a bunch of other standout tracks, but these are the ones that really made the case for me. Rina is on her way to finding a bigger audience. She's on her way to being a cult pop staple, and she deserves recognition for that. One thing that really tethers me to Rina's music is her concept of identity. As an Asian American myself, I tend to sympathize with her points of views about not feeling really accepted. If I recall correctly, Rina Sawayama is a first-generation immigrant. I also had that distinction myself, so there's a very clear connection between me and the music that really just gives me a bias towards her. I just wanted to bring that up because I truly think that's what makes her stand out compared to other pop girls. And that kind of made the whole Mercury Prize thing so heartbreaking to me, that her own nation, a nation that she's lived in, had denied her some sort of right to compete in this competition just on the basis of paperwork. Dirty hit: if you do not promote Rina Sawayama properly for the Grammys, you are fumbling one of the biggest bags that you have. She is totally worth the effort, and I hope that she somehow breaks through to the nomination rounds. I have her on my own list for predictions. Rina is exactly what pop needs right now in a genre that's just becoming so divergent. Rina is in the center of it all. She can do it all. And that is why I think she's pop's next big thing, if, they put the effort in. Once again, thank you guys so much for tuning into my video. Let me know what your favorite track off Sawayama or the Rina EP was. I definitely want to hear what you guys think. Have you heard of Rina Sawayama? Do you stan her? Another quick shout out to all the members of my channel. Thank you so much for helping me make the videos that I want to make. This video was meant to be a members exclusive, but I've just been so overjoyed in the past week, if you know what I mean. So this has been a public video. If you want to see more videos or support me and my content for free, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell button, and I will see you next video.